Alrighty, welcome back all, or if you're new to the show, also a big welcome. So today, not really a diecast model, we have a plastic model. Why? I also want to show the absolute starter point, what's possible. So you don't need to build a kit to get a plane into a diorama or into a vitrage. But what is also possible is to buy something like this. This is Easy Model. Easy Model is like the ultimate low tier in buying in. It's not diecast, but it's highly detailed, and I've been hearing a lot of good stories. Now, the lucky thing for me was there was a NATO Tiger Meat plane from the Netherlands that I don't own yet. So I thought like, hey, then I go for the plastic one for the time being until I can go 3-on-1. Then I also have the most expensive one, or at least not the most expensive one. Caliber is a bit more expensive, but in high tier class, this one back also here from Hobbymaster. We already did a review on this one. Please go back to reviews in previous. There's a long list of planes that I already reviewed. The Splinter one was on there. Just took a box as an example. This is not the box of that one. Just to show what do you get for your buck. So a plastic model will do a full review on, not really a diecast, but we'll do a full review. But also comparing it to the metal one and see, is it now something that you can say like I spent 20 or 30 euros for a plastic one in high detail? Or do you really want to go for diecast and be around 90 up to 100 and sometimes higher, 110, 120 euro? Just to give you a bit of a bang for your buck style. Maybe you don't want an F-16 Euro selection, but you want one from your country. So this might be a good step in. So we're going to go into the step in part. We're going to go start with the easy model and then we're going to go into comparing. See you in a bit. Alrighty guys, as I mentioned, let's start with this one. So, box art is really good, I have to say. I'm gonna flip it this way, sorry for that. Series called Winged Ace. It is Easy Model. I have some helicopters from Easy Model, never disappointed. I do like that they have the logos of Belgian Air Force, Dutch, and American. It's a platinum collectible, they say, assembled model, museum masterpieces, high detailed, full plastic and pre-painted. So yeah, I have to say, I'm always quite surprised by the quality. This one was a bit more expensive, I think. Why? Because it's in my own home country, and then automatically people want to put an extra buck on this one. So let's have a look what we get for the money. Because I've never opened one of their jets before, so this is going to be a first for me. Oh, actually, so there's nothing additionally in the box except for then a stand, which is quite big. Bulky little stand, little tag plate that you can add to it. So that is quite cool actually, might make a little bit of a custom out of that. But let's get it out of here. Let's assemble the stand in a sec. But stand looks quite good. So it's metal reinforced pins, looks quite sturdy. Soft type plastic, but nothing too bad. Now the plane itself comes nicely packaged in a pre-formed foam. It has some extra protection on it, stickered down. So that's really good that they did that. So you can fold it over. Well, I have to say, for a plastic model, this doesn't look too bad. Pitot is a bit short. The canopy, at least for my feeling, it doesn't open. There's no extra details in there. But it was mainly because it's Tiger Meat plane and it was from the Netherlands that I thought like, hey, this is cool. So let's have a look how we can open this one. So they are held down by metal wire. Yeah, with that weight, I can imagine that that is a good choice. And you cannot really damage much with it. It's Teflon coated, I think. At least there's some plastic coating over it. But I have to say, I'm quite surprised by the look of it. The paint on the tanks looks quite okay. And then again, I have to assume that this is like a steady portion lower in price than I'm used to from Hobbymaster. And unfortunately, Hobbymaster didn't make this one, so yeah. Then it instantly becomes a problem if they don't make it, then I need to source with another brand. Not that I'm a big super duper fan of Hobbymaster, but it is a good brand to always go with if you want to get some good standards. So the wiring, it's always a mess to get out, especially if they curl up. Hope we can get this thing out in one piece. In the worst case, we'll cut the wire, of course. Now, let's see. So yeah, it feels like the models I used to make as a kid, but that doesn't really worry me at all. Oh wow, actually, it doesn't look so bad. It is literally, it looks like a model kit, but it's completely molded from one piece, most likely. Yeah, it's separate pieces, so, but it's weathered even, so, oh, wow. The weapons are all pre-glued and all that, or at least the weapons I say had the weapon racks. The details in the engine are quite bad, not so bad. I have to say, like, if you look at general, not bad. It weighs like literally nothing, but it doesn't look bad. No, I cannot say anything bad about it. For me, it's a nice one. Even like these little details, the rescue and all that type of stuff. Well done, well done. Even the lights and all that, yeah. The wheels, it looks, if you look from a distance, it probably will look like the real thing, like the rest. But you still see something is wrong with it. I don't know why, but you just see that it's not the same as the metal ones from Hobbymaster or JC Wings or even the other brands that are out there. So the stand is quite interesting. It has a little easy model plate. I'll add it to it. It looks like a fun little piece to display with. But yeah, the stand is something very unique. I've never seen a shape like this before. It goes into the back like the bigger models, the 1/32 scales. It's not bad, not bad. But how does it compare to something high-end? Now, of course, we're not gonna weigh these things because this probably weighs less than 100 grams. But let's look at the details. Detail-wise, sizing is quite correct. The cachouk is a lot simpler. The Alien rotors are quite the same. The stabilizers, the angles are okay. The wheel arches and all that, that's quite similar. So molding lines that are a lot different, has a lot less material on there. The tanks are more detailed on the right. I have to say, especially I'm curious about the engines, because they looked quite a lot. They're almost the same, the nozzles at least. But I have to say, there's a big difference between bang for your buck here. But I have to be honest with you guys, if you're a diecast collector like myself, I still would go for this. But I have to say, it's a cool alternative to people that have, or starting out, or a kit, or you want to get into it with a little less budget. It's well worth it, I think. So I'm going to use this thing a little bit as a pointer right now. So the lining here, a lot better from Hobbymaster. Here they made it as if the front is movable, which is not. So that's a bit strange to do. And the whole assembly moves usually. I don't recall which type this is again. I believe it's a... I don't remember. I'm not going to even talk about that part. But then looking at details like here on the wings, are very plain and very simple, and here a lot more complex with Hobbymaster. I have to say weapons rails look quite okay. The tanks are a complete screw up. They messed that shape up completely. I believe this is the same assembly, and as I already mentioned, I had a pitot. Now let me get it on cam, by the way. The pitot here of the easy model is way too short, and it's quite thick also. And the real life one is quite a lot longer. The tails, I have to say, are quite accurate, both of them. So here they made this assembly a bit too long. The tail goes a bit longer through. The backbone part, I'm not sure if that's accurate for this one, but it could be the A or the whatever type this is. This is an A/C. I don't know exactly what this one was anymore. Sorry for that. But for the rest, yeah, for the money, it's okay. Would I buy one more? No, for sure not. And luckily that there's only one Dutch one that they made. But yeah, I'll also let you guys be the judge of this. So also please share with me, like, what do you guys think of the a cheaper plastic model versus a more expensive Hobbymaster model? I'm always curious about that. So feel free to share that with me in the comments. Let's do a quick circle of this little guy here and call it a day. So there you have it, guys. I'm gonna see if I can zoom in a little bit more. Yes, we can. So that's really good. So I have to say, it's not bad. It is not bad. It's a plastic model kit, let's say, with a bit of a pre-work. Ravel also did this back in the day. You could snap them together. This is then already pre-assembled for you. I think 30 euros is a bit too much for this one, but 20-ish, 15-ish would be nice. You see the metallic paint, they sprayed a bit and then clear coated. The tiger, it looks okay. The roundel here is circled the wrong way. Actually, all roundels are not correct, I believe. But for the rest, it is quite a fun little model, just static. And it's fun to add to a collection of countries. So please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, especially on the topic with the budget. And feel free to let me know what you think. I want to say thank you again. Hopefully see you next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.